Ladies and gents, hello. Hope you're all doing well. So today's video, I'll be going over some of my shoe recommendations that I use when I train and when I run. You ready to rock? Let's review some shoes. Well, hello, welcome back. First of all, if you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button below and make sure to like and share this video. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. Some of these shoe reviews I'm going to be putting in the description if you're interested or needing some new shoes. Usually all the links are to Amazon. That's where I like to buy a lot of my shoes. I know some people like to try on their shoes usually before they buy them, but I'm pretty true to size, and if you're different and you want to go to a store and find these, that's perfectly okay. If you know your shoe size and it's usually true to that shoe, 100% recommend buying them on Amazon or the link, I'll put them in the description. You can get it in 2 days and usually get it pretty cheap too. Okay, so if you're like me in my fitness regimen, I like to mix it up between some cardiovascular endurance where I usually like to run a couple days a week, and then also do some CrossFit training exercises at home or at the gym where it's usually HIIT training, like high intensity interval training, where I'm mixing that cardiovascular endurance with weight training. And then some days I'll actually train a little heavier where I need to get a little more stability and foot support when I'm doing, heavy squats or deadlifts. So that being said, for my runs, I usually am a big Nike guy. I know a lot of people like all their different brands, but I've been wearing Nikes for a long time, and I think they've really engineered a amazing shoe depending on what your sport is. And specifically for running, I've stuck with Nikes. So these are my running shoes. Yeah, they're a little dirty right now, but these are the Nike Zooms. And biggest thing for me when I run is I want something that's going to be light on my feet, and I don't want to get a shoe. You do find shoes, especially in weightlifting and CrossFit, that can be a little heavier, and I want to run like I'm on clouds. So I want a shoe that's still gonna support me in my ankle, but it's gonna still feel light. So these Nike Zooms are really, really comfortable. They actually have this mesh looking front on, so they actually breathe really well. Your feet might heat up depending on where you're running or the weather in your area, but I absolutely love these Nike Zooms. And these will run. I got these on Amazon, and I've seen these at the Nike store for probably 40 to 50 bucks, depending. You can find them on sale too, but I absolutely love these. I've actually had these for a couple of years now, and you can see they're pretty worn down, but I love them. And I usually use these day to day because they are so light. They do still have a lot of ankle support, and I know depending on if you pronate, the way your foot lands when you run, you do need some ankle support. So this does still feel really light, but it does support me around the ankle, and it does come in a bunch of different colors too. So as far as running, I like to go as light as possible, but still you might have flat feet. Flat feet could mean that you need a different support, especially on the inside of the shoe, and Nike can help you with that. And there are shoes that will help you if you do, bring your foot in a lot when you're pressing on the inside, every step you take. But highly recommend this Nike Zoom. They're light. Again, it's mesh on the top, so it breathes really well, and it still provides ankle support. Getting into the next shoe. So on my CrossFit days, the days that I know I'm not going to be running for long periods of time, but I am going to be using some type of weights, whether that's dumbbells or kettlebells, and I need to either plant my foot all the way down on the ground to get the most support, but I still need, when I'm moving multiple directions, either that's laterally, side to side, or I'm jumping, whether that's, I'm doing jump squats or, single leg burpees, stuff like that. Nike developed a really good shoe, and you might have heard of it, called the Nike Metcon, and it's been out for a while, but each year they're coming out with a new brand, and I think these are the Nike Metcon 5s, And this is probably one of my favorite shoes, especially when I'm, like I said, doing CrossFit style workouts or HIIT workouts, and I'm combining that, strength training with quick, movements that are metabolic. I love this shoe because it is heavier than the running shoe, like I just showed you before, but it gives me so much stability when I'm planting my feet down and I'm doing a deadlift or a kettlebell swing, or I'm doing squats and I really need to press down into my feet to make sure I'm fully grounded and fully supported. This shoe is amazing. And another big thing that I hear from some of my clients is I need a shoe that really provides ankle support and ankle stability. And this probably provides more ankle stability than this previous shoe when you're running because of some of the lateral movements. So you could be doing like a lateral lunge and all of a sudden you can feel that your ankles shift out a little bit. The ankle support around the back area is amazing on these Nike Metcon 5s. And this is a cross between Nike Metcon and the Flyknit, as you can tell. Usually they don't have this kind of mesh material. This is like a hybrid shoe, but it's still the Nike Metcon 5. 100% I think is the best shoe out there if you're doing high intensity interval training and CrossFit style workouts where you are going to be moving around a lot and you still need to provide a lot of stability in your feet when you're lifting maybe a heavier weight in some of your circuits. But I love this shoe. It is awesome. Talk about colors. This is my favorite color, blue and little lime green on the back. But I love these. And it doesn't really have a tongue on it like you'd see on other shoes. It's connected, so that's nice. It doesn't, get bunched up in the front. That's the worst. That is the absolute worst. So this will always stay in that position, which is great, especially when you're moving around for 30 to 45 minutes and you don't have time to go adjust your shoes. So highly recommend these Metcon 5s for CrossFit training. And then the last shoe that I love to wear, usually the days where I'm not doing more high intensity, where I'm going from a kettlebell swing to burpees and I know I'm lifting heavy, and you almost want the same support as if you weren't wearing any shoes, in which you could do that if you want. If you are doing a heavy squat and a heavy deadlift and you really want that ground support and make sure your foot is gripping the ground, you can go barefoot. But people that don't like to do that and want to get it from a shoe, boom, these are Reeboks. And I was actually gifted these by when I worked on Beachbody's Lift 4 program, and shout out Joel Freeman. He gifted us these shoes. These are the Reeboks Flex Wave, and as you can tell, the bottom of these are extremely flat, and that's because it's giving you that ground support that you need when you're lifting heavy and you want to feel like you're completely gripped to the ground. You're not going to shift left and right when you're doing an exercise, or when you need to make sure that you're not going to be moving laterally in your deadlift or your squat. So as you can tell, these are much flatter than these here. And I love these. I'll throw these on when I know I'm going to be doing some powerful weights, like on a power day where it's a lot less, heavy reps, and I'm only doing low reps, but, much higher weight. Love these. And I've had these for about 3 years, and I'll bust these out, every time I know I'm going to be lifting heavy. So each shoe has a different purpose. And I know for some of you, I'm like, well, I don't have all the money to buy a different shoe, or I don't do that style of training. One thing that I could recommend out of all three of these shoes that you might be doing a little bit of both are these Nike Metcon 5s. It is a good cross between, I'm not the runner, but I don't do powerlifting, but I am going to go into a group fitness class where I'm going to be doing some weights and I'm going to be moving around a little bit. This is your shoe. This is like the hybrid between the running shoe and the powerlifting shoe. You're not going to get you might find some shoes that are on platforms that's going to allow your foot to be upright and it allows you to get deeper into a squat. You're not going to find that with these, but this is a shoe that you can still move around a lot. You're going to get that support and you're still going to feel fast and quick. They're not as light as a running shoe, but you can still run around with these. Maybe you get on a bike or a row machine or a treadmill. Highly recommend these. So again, if we're going lightest to heaviest, I'd probably say my running shoes, these Nikes, are probably, the Nike Zooms are definitely the lightest, and that's what you maybe want when you run. You want to feel like you're running on clouds. Boom, these Nike Metcons. You're gonna get a little more stability, and it's built in the base of the shoe and around the ankles, so you can do lateral movements and you're not gonna be rolling your ankle. And then getting into these Reeboks, these are still pretty light, but again, they're built differently just to give you that support. So you're lifting safe and you're doing it correctly. So yeah, I do have one brand that's not Nike, and that's okay. You might find a shoe that's that is a little different than ones you recommended. I wear Reebok and I wear Nike on some days, it doesn't matter, but I want to make sure I'm wearing something that's going to support my feet the most, especially depending on what you're working out with or working out that day. And yeah, so if you have any questions and you want to get some recommendations and you're like, I think I'm going to be doing some of this specific workout for the next month or the rest of the year, what do you recommend? I'd be happy to answer it. And if you have any questions about the shoes that I recommend and where you can buy them, I will put these in the description below. And if you're looking for a running shoe, highly recommend these. You might find something a little different, but it's all about the heavier you lift, you want something that's really going to support your ankle, and you want to feel like you're flat-footed, like you're not wearing any shoes. That's why sometimes you see some people that are lifting extremely heavy might just be in their socks and lifting a really heavy bar for a deadlift or a squat, and they're only in their bare feet or their socks. But those of you that don't want to do that and you're in a gym and you're like, I can't take my shoes off, grab a shoe that can really support, like these Nike Flex Wave. And again, these are like 2 years old. This one just came out. This is new. But this Reebok, I know Reebok has developed some great shoes in the last year. So check out their website. Again, I'll throw this and maybe the newer model in the description below. But yeah, that's that. So that's my shoe review, what I like to use, and maybe you might be a little different. Maybe you're wearing something that you would like to recommend and you're like, Casey, try this out in the future when you're doing your workouts. I'd love to hear from you guys. So remember to like and subscribe to this. I love hearing from you guys, and make sure to hit that like button because it will enable us to get this video out to YouTube and other fitness people like yourself. So have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay hungry. I'll see you on